How do good SEO in such a saturated scenario? I think it's talking, I think, so correct me if I'm wrong, BN, but I think you're saying like, how can you do SEO when the market is becoming more saturated? Um, the cool thing about SEO is not many people know how to do it well.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say it's not really that
so
saturated. Like, I
like,
mean, there's a lot of companies doing it, right? But as far as doing it well and being to earn top positions in the SERPs, especially as like an affiliate or self-marketer,
so I feel like
yeah, there's
affiliate specifically affiliates definitely, it's more saturated, but people always say like, oh, it's too saturated now. There's no room in affiliate marketing. It's always just false. It's always false.
yeah,
It's not true.
I I think especially since what a lot of people don't realize is there is no like you don't just go get your degree in SEO and then coast off of, what you learned. It's literally a continual process. So you've got to stay on top of what's changing. You've got to stay on top of, the techniques that are used, continually experiment, etc. And so that kind of lends itself
And it's very
to
hard to scale.
yeah, very. So there's a lot of people that can claim they do it. There's a lot of people that might be able to do it, but on different levels. And then there's a lot of different ways to quote skin the cat. So a lot of different ways to rank websites in the SERPs. Um, but it's so nuanced and so specific, and there are not a lot of places in the world that you can go learn it proficiently. That I would say, in comparison to a lot of other markets. So let's consider like, being a lawyer or something like that, or even like a mechanic. I feel like SEO, you actually have a pretty broad ability to kind of break into something. And let's say like you don't get very competitive in terms of, the grand scope of being an SEO where you're targeting the most competitive SERPs, et cetera. But you learn it well enough to help influence a local business in a specific geographic area. That mechanic that's ranking number one for mechanic in whatever city versus the one that's invisible, hypothetical, if you own that company or if you can work something, an angle with a company like that and, help develop it, automatically as an SEO in a local area, you've become incredibly powerful. So no, I think, there's a lot of opportunity when it comes to it.
Yeah. So the solution here is, well, first of all, when you get better at SEO, who you're able to beat, the amount of people you'll be able to beat will increase. So
Yeah.
starting off, maybe you're not too great at SEO right now, so you have to you need to get better at finding low competition things. So focus on the process of finding low competition stuff, right? People that you can actually beat. Focus on your ability to find long tail keywords, your ability to find zero search volume keywords that actually pull in traffic and can make you money. And so, these are going to be all the places that you start off, the long tail stuff, zero search volume stuff. You're going to be targeting all of that, and you're going to start to build up a site based on these very low competition kind of pages that are targeting those terms. And then after you start getting those, then you kind of move up the tier to slightly more competitive stuff, and then you target those terms, and you just keep kind of building upward from that kind of base where you're able to actually compete and win some traffic, right? But yeah, just focus on your niche research, focus on your low competition keyword research, and yeah, I mean that's going to be how you find your ins right now. And then, like what we were saying, as you grow your skills as an SEO, you'll be able to look at a lot more niches or keywords that you looked at before, and you're like, there's no way I can rank for that, and then you'll be like, I can beat that. That's not a problem, right? So your scope or whatever. I don't. The possibilities start to open up once you are able to, yeah, just figure out how to do things a little bit better.
I guess it's also worth considering, like, when we say SEO, it's almost like I don't know about y'all, but my mindset automatically goes to doing full SEO services for like a company or running an affiliate site or something like that. However, look at Sir Links a lot. We are a SEO suite of tools, essentially. And this falls under the bracket of SEO, right? So maybe getting started as you're learning SEO, you learn about specific backlinks you might be able to procure or something like that, right? And then within SEO, it's not as linear as like we're just doing SEO for people. There's a whole plethora of things, including tools, even like web design, et cetera, can fall under brackets within SEO that you can tailor a business around. So I would also say that, SEO in general is a pretty broad market with a lot of different moving parts that you could place yourself in. If we look at like large scale venture capital backed companies that were early into SEO, like web.com kind of comes to mind. But like especially, what was the citations one? And they exclusively did citations, talking about like hundreds of millions of dollars into this company.
Yext or
And they
whatever.
exclusively did citations, right? So you have to think like sometimes keeping things very simple, but learning how to extend it to a broader market can also give you a solid angle in play.
So niching down essentially. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.